Hello, I'm Sean Riley, publisher of Imaging Technology News magazine. I'm at the NCoBC 2014 meeting in Las Vegas, and I'm with Dr. Gary Levine, who's the director of breast imaging at the Hoag Breast Center in Newport Beach, California, associate clinical professor at USC Keck School of Medicine, and president of the National Consortium of Breast Centers. Good to see you again, Gary.
Thank you, Sean.
The first question I have for you is about screening. There's a lot of confusion about when to screen. A couple of years ago we talked about the task force and the negative impact that had. Now we have the Canadian study. It seems that medical professionals are having a hard time agreeing about something as basic as screening, and so it's causing confusion with women. What can you add to that?
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, Sean. A couple of years ago, the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force put out confusing recommendations, and then just recently, about a month ago, the British Medical Journal published a follow-up to the Canadian study, which was actually a study done more than 20 years ago. There's been no new imaging since that time. They're just republishing some follow-up data, and unfortunately the lay press picked up on it quite a bit. This is the Canadian study is a study that is known to be very flawed in many ways. It's very important that a randomized controlled trial be performed in a very specific way. The patients truly have to be randomized, and in that study there seems to be a lot of concern and a lot of evidence that in fact the patients were not properly randomized between the arms of the study. And there was a lot of concern regarding the quality of the mammography that was performed even during the 1970s, which is when this trial took place. And for these reasons, among others, the results of the study are really very suspect, to say the least. And it flies in the face of the more than 10 other large randomized controlled trials that have been done, all of which showed a dramatic reduction in the mortality from breast cancer. The recommendation of the NCoBC remains today that we should have a baseline mammogram at age 40 and annual mammographic screening after that.
So you're holding to what you had as a schedule last time.
That's correct. Even the World Health Organization, who in 2002 suggested that the results of the Canadian study be essentially ignored, and suggested that it not change the prevailing opinion regarding screening mammography. We think that nothing has changed. This is just a rehash of the previous data, and again recommend that the American Cancer Society and the American College of Radiology recommendations remain intact.